This is how you can make more gains working out just 4 days a week than someone who trains 6 times per week. Now, this is your situation. Your schedule is all over the place. You work long hours, you stress, and you have no time for the 6-day gym routines. A consequence of this is that you keep telling yourself you'll start next week, but next week never actually comes. Months go by and nothing changes. You have no idea how to structure your training. It's quite hard to that actually, but you just show up and do random stuff. Now, the consequence of this is having no real plan means you do not make real progress. You waste time and never build the body that you want. You're also way too inconsistent to see results. You skip workouts or quit entirely. The consequence of this is that you stay skinny fat, your confidence dips, and you start to wonder if it's even possible for you to change. As a result, this is you. You're stressed. You have no idea how to break the cycle. You have no idea how to actually program a workout split. Now, this is what you want. You want to go from looking like you've never worked out a day in your life to having the physique of your dreams. I am proof I had no insane genetics, skinny fat, normal looking physique, to now, I would say, building a decent and well-respected physique. Now, don't worry, I'm actually going to show you exactly how you can train just 4 days a week and make more gains than someone who trains 6 times. Alright, let's get into this. How do we actually escape this situation? It is simple. Work out less. Huh? What do you mean work out less? If you do less sets, do less sessions, and recover more, you will, in fact, make more gains. But why? This is you. You bought into a lie. You bought into everyone that's telling you on the internet that training more makes you bigger, gives you more gains, has lied to you, and you bought into that lie. I bought into it as well. But you think that more volume equals more gains. More workouts, more sets, and maybe even more reps. But that is not the case. I worked really hard on that pun, by the way. Please laugh. You want to maybe push pull legs. You know, you do push, you do pull, you do legs, you do push, you do pull, you do legs, then you rest. You get one whole rest day to recover from 6 workouts. 6! Like, does that not just sound ridiculous? This has way too little rest, and you have way too many workouts. Or you've maybe seen the bro split workout. You just hit every single muscle individually. Chest, back, legs, arms, shoulders. Now, this is a bit better because you get 2 rest days. Now, you may be thinking, oh, why is that not a good workout then? Why would you not just do that? Problem is, you do not have enough frequency. Now, what I mean by frequency is you're only training every individual muscle once per week. And you want to be training every single muscle at least twice per week to maximize your growth. So, as you can see here, not enough frequency. This has got a 2 times frequency. You're hitting every single muscle twice a week, but you don't have enough rest. So, what is the case? How do we actually program a split that has both of these factors? It has frequency and it has enough rest days. Drum roll, please. Progressive overload. This is how you grow. This is the main mechanism behind you growing bigger and better muscles. Okay? So these splits simply do not maximize how efficient we are being with this primary muscle building action. Now, you may be wondering, what the hell is progressive overload? Now, progressive overload is essentially the main action that is going to drive muscle growth. Like this example here. Let's say your first session, you lift 5 kilos for 10 reps on bicep curls. Next session, you go for 12 kilos and you get 8 reps. You got less reps, but you got more weight, which is amazing. Now let's say next session, you got 12 kilos, but you only got 10 reps, so it's only a 2 rep increase. Doesn't matter, you still progress. If you can either add more weight or more reps, you've got stronger, you've progressed, you have grown. Now, what are the actual progressive overload mechanisms? Now, this is actual science behind it. You may not understand, But essentially, it just explains how getting stronger makes you bigger. Your muscles grow, they get stronger, and it compensates for the weight you've lifted. But you don't have to worry about science. Just know that this is what makes you grow. Now, how can we progressively overload as frequently as possible without fatiguing ourselves too much? We need a split where we can train each muscle group 2 times per week. Why? Because it only takes 48 hours to recover from each session. Now, our other muscles are either growing, not our muscles are either growing or shrinking. There's no in between. You get bigger, you get smaller. There's no middle ground. And this is the enemy, atrophy. When you do not work out for long enough, your body begins to shrink because it's not being provided with enough stimulus. Now, obviously, this is at a very, 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 very slow pace. This is very exaggerated. But if we minimize how long we spend in atrophy, that means we are maximizing how much muscle we're gaining and we're minimizing how much muscle we're losing. Now, with that, we also need 2 to 3 rest days per week. Why? Because when we rest, we can perform better. Therefore, we can get stronger every single session. So, better progressive overload, more muscle gain. And yeah, but to maximize how often we can progressively overload, we must equate volume with intensity. All this means is that we need to balance how hard we train with how many sets we are doing. Why? Why do we need to do this? Because you can only train intensely for so long before your muscles begin to cave in. Like you see here, oh, we're training, we're going good, we're plummeting, our muscles have got nothing left. Now, if we train too many sets, which is your volume here, as you can see, we are essentially giving our muscles too much of a task to do. We can only train intense for so long. Now, all you're doing here is basically making it harder for your body to recover because you've provided your maximum stimulus here, but you are going overboard and all this is doing is making it harder for you to recover. Therefore, progressive overload is going to be worse because your body needs more time to recover. Now, you also don't want too little volume where, let's say, your volume's here. As you can see, if the volume's here, you still have like all this intensity, yeah, you still have all this effort that you can give, but you're missing out on it. So we have to find the sweet spot. Uh, sorry, my app was bugging there. But yeah, so how do you find this spot, this sweet spot? That's what I like to call it. Basically, it is very hard to do because it is an individual thing. We all have different recovery rates. We can all recover from different amounts of weight. So, how do we actually find the sweet spot between intensity and volume for muscle growth? To build muscle effectively, you essentially need to train with high intensity, but you can only maintain that intensity for a short period of time before fatigue kicks in. That's why doing too many sets doesn't work. Your body cannot give 100% effort over a long period. And the quality of your training drops. So how do you find the sweet spot? It's about doing just enough to push your muscles to grow, but not so much that your body can't recover. Now, start with 1 to 2 hard sets per muscle group. This is going to be, the rough guidelines. I will never do more than 2 sets per muscle group. Per exercise, sorry. And you should be taking these sets to failure or close to failure, meaning that you cannot do another rep with good form. So, we're going to aim for 6 to 12 reps and ideally fail around 8 to 10. If you're new, going up to 12 is completely fine, but if you're more advanced, you likely need heavier weights and fewer reps. Now, we're going to train each muscle twice per week, like I said, and track your progress. After each session, ask yourself, did I recover fully by the next session? Was I able to add more weight or more reps? If yes, you're in the sweet spot. And if no, you're asleep. And if no, and your sleep and nutrition are on point, then you're probably doing too much volume. So that just means that you should be doing slightly less sets. Now, remember, recovery is key. Not just key, recovery is king. Everyone has different recovery abilities. So you have to experiment to find out what works best for you. But for most people, 1 to 2 sets, take it to failure is the most efficient way to train with maximum intensity and still recover. Now, we're getting into the juicy stuff. What is the best workout split? Drum roll. It's. Oh my gosh, it's raining it. It's raining the moment. Upper lower. Yeah, the best split of all time. I believe this is truly the best split of all time. So, this is what the split looks like. Day 1, you have upper. Day 2, you have lower. Then, day 3, you rest. Day 4, upper. Day 5, lower. Day 6 and 7, rest, rest. So, you're getting 3 rest days and 4 working days. Now, the upper lower split is the best training split out there, especially if you're busy. Why? Because it allows you to train each muscle twice per week, whilst giving you 3 whole rest days. Now, how do you program the upper lower split? You simply want to hit 4 to 8 and 10 sets per muscle group. So in a week, you want to hit at least 4 to 8 sets total in a week, not just in one session, in a whole week. And these aren't just sets, any sets, these are sets taken close to or all the way to failure. And if you're genuinely pushing yourself hard, you will never, ever need more than that. For example, quads, 4 to 8 sets per week. Back, 4 to 8 sets per week. Shoulders, biceps, triceps, hamstrings, calves, same idea. However, some muscles do recover slower, like chest or hamstrings, so I would keep their weekly sets on the lower end, around 4 to 6. Other muscles can handle more if you're recovering well. But, this is the main question, what if you're not progressing? If you're doing 8 sets per week for everything, and you're not adding weight or reps, that simply means you're doing too much and your body cannot recover. In that case, what you have to do is lower your sets and see if your progress returns. Now, just because you're lowering your sets does not mean you're missing out on any gains. You will not be missing out on any gains in the slightest, okay? If anything, this is going to make you, not if anything, this will make you progress quicker because you're actually returning to the tolerable amount of volume that you can do. Like I said, it's all experimental. There's no perfect number for everyone, but a good starting point is 1 to 3 hard sets per session. Okay, track your strength. Really track your strength. If you get stronger, you're growing. That's the whole point. Progressive overload is what builds muscle, so train hard, recover well, and adjust volume based on your results. Okay, so when you work out, take notes. Take note of what weight you hit. Take note of the number of reps you hit. Also, take note of like the machine settings, like how far back you have the bench. For me, I take a picture directly above, and let's say on the Smith machine, I have my phone, I take a picture of a bird's eye view of where the bench is and aligned on the floor, because there's like lines and stuff. So that means I can get as close to the exact spot I had the seat in the last workout, therefore there's nothing that's going to hinder my progress. Same with seat settings. If you have the machine setting on 3 for chest fly, don't change it. If it feels good, do not change the setting. Keep it like that, unless you have a growth spurt. So that is how you can work out 4 days and make more gains than someone who is training more than you. By now, you've seen how training smart and not just hard can completely change the game. Whoa, my light just fell. Oh my gosh. 1 second, I'm very sorry. Okay. You do not need to live in the gym 6 days a week to get real lasting results. I made that mistake, I bought into that lie, but don't buy into that lie because I'm freeing your minds from, I'm trying to think of the word. I forgot the word, but I'm freeing your minds from your current or past beliefs. Okay, so with the right approach, just 4 whole focus sessions can take you further than overtraining ever could. Despite all this information, if you still feel like you do better with someone guiding you step by step, and you, my friend, are finally ready to commit with a coach who's in your corner, like me right now, I'm in your corner, helping you train smarter, stay consistent, and actually see real results, then I have got you. Just head over to my Instagram and send me a DM with the word abs. My Instagram is exactly the same handle as my YouTube. And we will talk about how to get you started. We're going to get you on that journey. We're going to get you in the best physical and mental shape in your entire life. Working out truly does change your life for the better. It's not just about how you look, it's about a way of life. So, thank you guys very much for watching. If you want more informational content like this, make sure to drop a follow. And in the comments, tell me what you're struggling with, and I will make a video. I'll drop a free game, and I'll tell you exactly how to fix your problems. Much love, guys. Thank you for watching. Peace out.